The physically alive body, its activities and condition, are directed through the beliefs of the conscious mind. The body, as explained in this chapter, also has invisible counterparts composed of the electromagnetic properties and the interior sound and light qualities. These invisible structures preceded the emergence of the physical body. They also exist after the body's death. While the condition of the body is directed by the conscious mind in life, then the idea or mental pattern for the body existed before the conscious mind's connection with the physical brain. The genes and chromosomes do not just happen to have within them the precisely definite coded information that will be needed. The data is impressed upon them from within. The identity exists before the form. You could say that the identity, existing in another dimension entirely, plants the seed into the medium of physical reality from which its own material existence will spring. Therefore, the inner self forms first the invisible body structure which will later emerge in flesh. At the event of this mental seeding, the conscious mind, in your terms, is obviously not connected with the brain, which has not been formed in flesh. The idea of the body is held and made physical by a conscious mind. Consciousness, then, is not dependent upon physical perception, though this attribute does require an awareness immersed within a material form. While physical consciousness is sifted through the bodily apparatus, you are usually unaware of the non-corporeal kinds because of that process. The general framework, properties, and characteristics of the body exist, therefore, before its formation. In simple terms, you choose ahead of time the kind of body you will inhabit and impress. It may seem to you that you do not have any conscious control over your body's condition in life as you know it, much less before your birth. You have been taught that there is little connection between your thought and your body's activities. A man, believing he has heart trouble, will finally, through his own anxiety, affect the functioning of his involuntary system until his heart is definitely harmed if the belief goes unchecked. The conscious mind directs the so-called involuntary systems of the body, and not the other way around. No idea slips insidiously past your awareness to affect your involuntary system unless it fits in with your own conscious beliefs. Once more, you will not be sick if you think you are well, but there may be other ideas that make you believe in the necessity for poor health. You are not aware of how the body performs its many involuntary functions. The conscious mind cannot handle all that data, but those functions perfectly mirror your consciously held ideas and beliefs. As I also mentioned in the 614th session in Chapter 2, the conscious mind is not basically cut off from the inner self or from those deep inner sources of knowledge available to it. The aware mind is not any one event for that matter. It represents various portions of the inner self that surface at any given time. Within the basic framework of the body chosen before physical birth, for reasons that will be discussed later, the individual has full freedom to create a perfectly healthy, functioning form. The form, however, is a mirror of beliefs and will accurately materialize in flesh those ideas held by the conscious mind. That is one of the body's primary functions. A sick body is performing that function then, in its way, as well as a healthy one. It is your most intimate feedback system, changing with your thought and experience, giving you in flesh the physical counterpart of your thought. So, it is futile to become angry at a symptom or to deride the body for its condition when it is presenting you with the corporeal replica of your own thought, as it was meant to do. Your environment and your experience in the physical world also provide you with the Same kind of feedback. It's just as useless to berate your environment or your experience in it as it is to deride your body for the same reason. It often seems when such ideas as these are presented that the ideal results in your terms would be perfection, heaven on earth, a state in which everyone would be healthy, wealthy, and wise. You are, however, in physical existence using your body as a medium for learning and expression. You are each unique. Many of you, for your own reasons, pursue courses that do not involve an even development of abilities and overall balanced picture, for example, but choose to express and experiment with certain qualities to the exclusion of others. Such a course would not, in physical reality, present you with anything like a balanced picture of perfection. Later in the book, we will discuss other kinds of existence in which you are also involved, and these to some extent color your intents and purposes in physical life as you now understand it. If all of your beliefs, not just your fortunate ones, were not materialized, you would never thoroughly understand on a physical level that your ideas create reality. If only your positive beliefs were materialized, then you would never clearly comprehend the power of your thoughts, for you would not completely experience its physical results. The conscious mind exists before material life and after it. In corporeal existence, it is intertwined with the brain, and during physical life, your earthly perceptions. Your precise and steady focus within your particular space and time are dependent upon that fine alliance. Before physical birth, then, you form a mental concept of the body you will have. This image is impressed into matter in this way. You tune yourself into a highly specific dimension of reality. You form a physical structure that will have existence within that intensely concentrated area that will have validity and actuality, that will come alive within those frequencies. Now, it is here that the seeming division of the self occurs. For in physical life, the conscious mind must be connected with the brain, and in terms of time, that organ itself must grow and develop. So all of your consciousness cannot be physically aware. The portion that must wait for the brain's development is the part you call life in the conscious mind. The other portions can be called the inner self. Now, all of this inner self cannot become expressed even with its connection with the brain, since the brain must sift perception through the physical apparatus. This marks the end of Seth Speaks, Chapter 5, The Nature of Personal Reality. This is our Part 8. Let's briefly chit-chat about it. So, to break it down quite simply, in this passage, Seth explores the relationship between the conscious mind, the physical body, and the formation of beliefs. Seth suggests that the physical body and its activities are directed by the beliefs and the conscious mind, and that the body has invisible counterparts composed of electromagnetic properties and interior sound and light qualities. Now, this is important. These invisible structures precede and even outlast the physical body. The idea or mental pattern for the body exists before the conscious mind's connection with the physical brain. Seth emphasizes that consciousness is not solely dependent on physical perception, and that the body's condition reflects the beliefs held by the conscious mind. Seth also discusses the role of the conscious mind in directing involuntary bodily functions and how beliefs influence health. Additionally, Seth touches on the concept of using the body as a medium for learning and expression, highlighting the uniqueness of each individual's experience. Through the passage, Seth emphasizes the power of beliefs in shaping reality and discusses the interplay between the conscious mind, the inner self, and the physical body. If you've enjoyed this reading, please consider giving it a like, sharing with a friend, and of course subscribing for more. And of course, do not forget to hit the notification bell so you won't miss any videos in this series or the others. What did you think about this passage? Please leave it in the comments below. And until the next time, I am Tony Victory, a wolf uncaged. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Have a great day or evening. Thank you.